Hello, I'm Eileen. Hi, I'm Nikki.
Hi, I'm Stacy.
Hi, I'm Shamika.
Hi, I'm Carmen.
Hello, I'm Angela.
I'm Tati.
Hi, and I'm Hen.
Hi, and I am Mirey Macarius. Thank you all for coming. Let me start by saying that I am really lucky to have had the experience of a lot of diversity in my life. I have been an American citizen for the past 6 years, almost 6 years now. I was born, however, in the Czech Republic, but I've lived all my life, my school and college years, in Egypt. This is where my parents were born, and their parents and their grandparents were born. So my roots go all the way back to the River Nile in Cairo, Egypt. Please allow me to share some interesting information about this old and very rich country. My speech is to inform you of how this old civilization influenced today's world and technology. Egypt is located in the northern Africa, bordering the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. It's about 3 times the size of New Mexico, around 95,000 square kilometers. Population is about 76 million, and it's all concentrated around the River Nile because, as most of us know, most of the land is desert, but all the population is around the Nile. And a nice fact about the Nile: usually rivers will flow south. Actually, the Nile flows north into the Mediterranean Sea. Egypt is considered to be in the midst of the Middle East, location-wise, and as we're going to know, in its achievements and the other successes. Egypt is one of the old civilizations on Earth. It began along the banks of the River Nile around 3200 BC. The civilization was founded on the Nile, where they used their engineering tactics, believe it or not, at that time to control the flow of the Nile, to help them with irrigation and farming of their land, which was their main source of living at that time. Egyptians were pioneers and were the inventors of many basic items we use today in the modern world. They were the first to introduce paper for writing purposes. The first paper was made of papyrus, which is a plant of reed, and this is an example of what the paper used to look like, and it then eventually evolved into the paper we now use. Egyptians also were the first to create a calendar made up of 365 days, based on 12 months. Each month had 30 days and then 5 extra days, and they also recognized leap years. So the calendar we have today was actually invented by the Egyptians really long time ago. They were also advanced in industry and making tools to help in their agricultural needs. So they were the first to separate copper from its ore, and that helped them create or fabricate tools like plows and axes. Hieroglyphics was one of the earliest systems of writing, which depended mainly on symbols. This was like a stepping stone to other systems of writing to come into place, like the Romans and the Latin. I will show you later an example on how each symbol represents a letter, and that eventually evolved into the other writing systems that we have today. Also, Egyptians were the first to administer and create organized, efficient labor. This was proven by the construction of one of the 7 wonders of the world that most of the people know about, is the pyramids. The pyramids in itself is really a proof of their sophisticated knowledge of mathematics and astronomy. I have to say that the site of the pyramids and Sphinx in Giza in Egypt is really a living proof of how that old civilization, with the lack of technology we know today, we're still able to perfect and construct such an amazing infrastructure that stands still against earthquakes, wars, weathering, time, and many other problems. Other inventions were black ink, plows that was used for agriculture, also sails. They created sails to use them as transportation on the River Nile. Apart from being an inventor and a creator of many things we had, like I just talked about, Egypt has always played a significant role as a peace mediator in a very tense region. Sadat, a former president, was the first to reach out to Israel. And he went to Jerusalem and created new diplomatic ties. And at that time, there was a lot of tension between Middle Eastern countries and Israel. So he was a pioneer in the peace process. Another recent proof is when Obama, a month ago, I believe, wanted to address the Middle Eastern countries and talk about peace in that region, where did he choose to do his speech? It was in Cairo, Egypt. It was actually in the Cairo University in Cairo, Egypt. I have always found it very educational and interesting to learn about other cultures and countries. I hope this small synopsis of this old and great civilization gave you a taste of how strong and unique this country was and still is. I hope one day you can really come and get to visit Egypt with me, and we can see the nice monuments, the pyramids, the Sphinx, and also enjoy the beaches on the Mediterranean and Red Sea. Thank you so much for listening, and please accept a small souvenir, which is a papyrus bookmark that has the hieroglyphic symbols on it, and I hope you enjoy it. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Yes. Where in Egypt did you grow up?
I actually grew up in Cairo, in Heliopolis. It's a region there in Cairo, in the city, the capital of Egypt, which is Cairo. So, does anyone else have any questions?
Was Sadat the president that was assassinated?
Yes, he was. Sadat was the president that was assassinated, and I believe one of the reasons, although we don't know all the reasons, but one of the reasons why he was assassinated is because he reached out to Israel, and he wanted to do something different, and he wanted to go along the peace path, which a lot of, and unfortunately I have to say that he was assassinated by his own people because not a lot of people agreed with him. But things have changed, and I think people are more into peace now, and the whole idea, I think, has become much better than it used to be, or I hope it will be. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What do we do now?
741.